Hello, everybody. This is my first live stream, so bear with me if any of the settings seem like they are working incorrectly. I've live streamed on Twitch, but not on YouTube before. Quick introduction for what is going on. I reported a story earlier today on CJ So Cool being hacked, and I called into question whether or not that hacking was legitimate. Well, it looks like it might be legitimate. I was working on a second story for it, and as I was working on it, all of the titles on his videos started changing. They've been changing consistently for the past half an hour to 45 minutes, but right now it seems to slow down a bit, so I decided to come on here and cover the event live. Not only so that it can help everybody understand what's going on at the moment, but also so that we have video record of what's going on with his channel. I figure it can help him out if he is getting attacked. Hey guys, how are you all? I see you all in chat. Let me know if the mic is off or if anything is wrong, like if the volume needs to be better. Hugs to you too, Tyler. Okay, so I'm going to pull up, let me move this dashboard over here, and I'm going to pull up CJ's channel right now so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, you see a lot of me. There we go. That's better. And so here, let me shrink myself. Okay, so we can see what's going on with CJ's channel right now. Let me take a quick look at the comments. Yeah, we're not sure who might be doing the hacking right now, guys. Everything is up in the air. As some of you know, CJ had commented on my video on the reactor report. It seemed like he wasn't able to find or wasn't aware of the invite I had sent him to come on the show. So anyway, he did reach out to me on Twitter, but as he was reaching out to me, I was watching his channel and it looked like his video titles were being changed. Now, if you check out my Twitter, which is at twitter.com/Instagamer, INSTAGAMRR, or you could search for Becky Boop and you'll find me. You could actually see that the titles on his videos have been changing. First, it said that he was hacked by Keemstar. Then it said that he was hacked by Grade A. And let me see if my mouse is showing up. It's not. Let me get my mouse up here so I could highlight this a little bit better. Okay, there we go. And all these titles right here have been changing constantly for the last 35 minutes to 45 minutes. And that's why I decided to cover this live. I've been taking screenshots of it, but if they continue to change, I think it's important to have a record of. And I'll answer any questions you guys have. So I'm going to take a look at, first I'm going to refresh the page, see if anything has changed. It hasn't right now. And I'll take a look at the comments in just a second so I can answer all your guys' questions. There we go. That's better. Oh, you can see all my subscriptions. Everything's right out in the open. He probably left his YouTube up at the public library. Well, he did show, if you guys haven't seen in his Let Me Set the Record Straight video, he did show the IP address of who's been attacking him. Basically, it shows a failed Google login attempt from an IP address in New York. And CJ actually released what the IP address is. Overflow, hey, you're here. Nice to see you. If I'm looking a little rough, I haven't slept very much. I stayed up all night working on the reactor report video and took a shower and was just getting ready to go to bed when everything happened. So here I am. Someone could have hacked him because he almost made 1 million subscribers. I think what is more likely the case, although being near 1 million subscribers is key, I think that there's a lot of contention within the reaction community right now, and especially from outsiders towards the reaction community. And I think what might be happening is for the larger channels like Blasphemous HD, like Jinx, like CJ So Cool, they are very likely targets. They're just out there, and they're the first people that people are going to try to knock down. Hi, Brazil. I see you. Thank you, Spastic? Yes, Spastic. I think I might need to get glasses. It's a little hard to see the chat. It's so small. If you don't have double verification login, then you shouldn't complain about being hacked. This is true. Double verification login is super important. For those that don't know, what that does is when you try to log into Google from an unrecognized browser, it sends a text to your phone. And this way, it's a text with a code, and you have to enter that code in order to be able to log in. Okay, yeah, that's I oh good. You guys actually can't see that. Hang on one second. CJ just messaged me on Twitter and I don't want to open that on stream. Hang on one second while I take a look. Hopefully this format works out. I had a video prepared, a whole video going into all of this that I recorded earlier and was editing. And there's just too much happening that's breaking news right now. So I didn't feel comfortable posting it at the moment. And I wanted to reach out to CJ first to make sure that I had my facts correct. But then this hacking stuff started really taking off again, and I didn't want to burden him with it at the moment. Let's just take a quick look. His titles still haven't changed, so it's staying consistent for now, which is a break over how it has been. Let me just respond to him really quickly. You guys could hear how fast I type. Okay. Mr. Random being random. Okay, let me just take a quick look at the chat and see what I'm missing. Joseph, if you haven't watched that video, it's okay. You won't be confused. Basically, what happened is about probably 12 hours ago now, maybe a little bit more. Actually, it was more. So 17 hours ago, CJ released this video. I'm not going to play the videos because I don't want to worry about copyright issues. But you guys could see it by going directly to CJ So Cool's account if you are interested. Um, Basically, this video originally had a different title, and he announced that he had been hacked. And then 2 hours after he announced that he had been hacked, he put up a second video saying that, hey, he was hacked, but he's not going to do reactions anymore, and he's going to come at us with better content. And then after that, I know I posted a video covering the story, and I'm sure many other people did as well. In fact, if we take a look, DJ So Cool, there are plenty of people covering the story at the moment. Oh, hey, there we are. Say hi, guys. um, and so, with everyone covering the story, CJ ended up releasing another video called Let Me Set the Record Straight, where he actually revealed the IP address of the person who's been trying to hack his account. And basically, his video titles have been changing constantly, so we're keeping an eye on it to see if they continue changing. It looks like they've stopped for now, which wasn't the case just 20 minutes ago. So maybe he's getting a moment of reprieve right now. And we're just keeping an eye on what's happening, and I'm here to answer any questions. What did I study in college? I went to school for political science. That's what my bachelor's degree is in, and I'm currently getting my master's in management. So I'm in grad school at the moment. What if the hack was staged so he has a reason to quit reactions? Okay, so this is a theory I have that I was outlining in my video that I was about to publish. Please bear in mind that what I'm about to say is speculative. So while I have facts that supported it, I'm not able to present those facts right now. So consider this speculative, but a highly educated guess at what's going on in this situation. I did think that there was a good argument to be made that perhaps he wasn't really hacked because, for example, his video that said he was hacked, uh, that was 17 hours ago. This video was filmed in his old apartment, and his video that said that he was back and changing everything was only 2 hours later. He was in his new apartment. Or new home. So it seemed very odd that within 2 hours he was able to get his account restored and have already recorded and edited and posted a video about it. And I do believe that between him and Jinx removing videos around the same time, um, it looked it looked like too much to be coincidental. Um, However, that said, seeing the patterns of what his account is going through right now, currently I would say this hacking looks legitimate. If I started making decent money on YouTube, would I quit school to focus on YouTube? I would not quit school. I would, however, do YouTube full time, which is what I do currently. Zombie, doesn't make sense for him to stage being hacked. Comments are going fast. At this. Doesn't make sense for him to stage being hacked to take down reaction videos. I mean, his brother just took them down, and he can do. Just doesn't make sense to go through all of that to just delete. Here's why I thought it did make sense to do that. I guess I'll go into some of the information I was going to go into my video. Again, please remember right now this is speculative, as I do believe that CJ's being hacked looks real. That is my opinion. So whatever I say here, guys, please don't use it as a way to go attack CJ or anything. I think he's dealing with quite a bit at the moment, and we want to let him focus on that. But I will show you what I had been thinking, which is if you go to Social Blade, and if you look up Jinx, for example, so this website is socialblade.com. It's an aggregate website that takes all of the public stats of YouTubers and puts them together in one place. So if you look up Star So Silly, which is Jinx, that's his username, you can see that he's currently rated at a D- for his channel, which is abnormal. Usually channels are rated around a C+, and in his case, he was probably rated around an A or an A-. And you can see that he's been privating a lot of his videos. Now, usually when you see negatives in the view count, usually that means that either YouTube has done a sweep and removed invalid views, or it means that the user has privated or made unlisted some of their videos, so websites like Social Blade can't access it through YouTube's public API because those videos are private. For example, you could actually see that he's lost 131 going on 132 million views, right? That's a massive amount to go through for a channel. And you could see as his views are going down as he's privating videos, that his subscribers are going down too. Let's take a look at his full monthly statistics. And you could see he was getting 3,000, 2,000 subscribers daily. And then he went down to 1,000 or sometimes even less. So privating those videos hurt his channel. I personally believe there's a reason they're probably being privated. It could be that maybe he really does just want a fresh start. Okay, that's one option. He doesn't want subscribers from reactions, and that's why he's privating everything. Totally valid. What I think, or in my opinion, what I think, there's the disclaimer, is more likely is that he's actually being instructed to maybe remove these videos because YouTube might be coming down on reaction channels soon. And I have a lot of evidence for why I feel that way, but that's stuff I had saved for the video. That if I do end up posting, I'll share that with all you guys, but I don't want to post it in case it's inaccurate. I would like to give CJ or Jinx the chance to address it first before I post that video. So anyway, to go back to the point of why would Jinx be deleting all of his why would CJ be deleting all of his videos? I think it could be because the ban hammer, so to speak, is potentially going to be coming down on reaction channels soon. And the more content you have up that's currently violating copyright, the more likely you are to lose your account. So that is my personal opinion on what's going on in the situation. Okay, refresh. I will go refresh it right now. Okay, so it looks like CJ has just posted another update. So the titles on the videos haven't changed. He did post an update. Let's watch it together right now. CJ, I hope this is okay with you. I just think it's important in the name of the news. So let's take a look. Skipping the intro.
Man, this is fucked up for real to the max.
Oh, the sad
I've never
music.
been compromised like this before, ever. But yes, I have my bank account. So I've been compromised quite a few times since starting this YouTube thing. I don't know. I started to look up
This
on
music is too
YouTube
much, guys.
about people getting hacked, and I even saw that PewDiePie got hacked. His old account, though, not his main account. So he probably wasn't really affected by it as much. But just to let you guys know, my main account was an only account. It's not like I have another account to just jump to.
Okay, no, I didn't mean to start from the beginning. CJ, my man, that music is so not convincing right now. It is not helping. But all right, I'm sorry. Let me go back to where we were.
Do you want a video posted about you? Do you want me to shout your channel out? What? And they wrote back on my video title and said to change my passwords to such and such accounts. And I'm like, okay, I already did this. So I just did it again, whatever, changed my account. And so far so good. They haven't wrote anything back on my videos, but I still got a feeling in the back of my head that if they want to, which they probably will get the urge to, they gonna just fuck my shit up again. So it's like, what do I do? Leave in the comment section what you guys think I should do. I mean, because if I continue posting on this channel, which I plan on doing, whether that be vlogs, whether it be me doing a reaction to something you guys really want to see, whatever it is, I don't want them just coming to compromise my shit again, deleting it, changing the titles, because it just hurts, man. It hurts a lot. And I don't want you guys to go through that as subscribers. So let me know what I should do. Whether I should start a new channel, whether I should just say whatever, just keep grinding on this channel, and whatever happens, happens. Let me know. I'm in the comment section all day. I ain't got nothing better to do. Peace.
Oh boy. So I'm going to tell you exactly what he should do. Let's take a look. Let me show you why I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Let's go see his channel. We're going to grab this part of his channel URL and go to Social Blade and put it in the username section. Okay, so this brings up his channel statistics. You can tell that he is with Broadband TV. Now, here's exactly what you should do, CJ, if you happen to be watching, or for anyone else who's curious. Number one, if you have a channel manager, which at your size, I'm sure your channel does, you need to reach out to them immediately. If you have been hacked, your videos will be restored. We've seen this when Markiplier got hacked, when JonTron got hacked. You will get everything back, and they can freeze your account so that no more damage can be done in the meantime, okay? So that's the first thing you need to do. If you are not able to reach your channel manager, at your size, you could be able to reach anybody. Go search Broadband TV online, find somebody that you can get a hold of and get a hold of them. Let's see if we can find anybody right now. And reach out to everybody you know who's also with Broadband TV. Almost every reactor's with them. And I'm sure you've probably talked to other reactors. Reach out to them first to see if they have a contact for you. Okay, and let's see what we can find online for Broadband TV. And in the meantime, let's just take a look at the comments and see what people are thinking. Just taking a quick look at chat, guys. Yeah, the music is the music really didn't help. It's funny, it's hilarious, but it's exactly that sort of thing that made me not take this seriously in the first place. You need a sandwich? What about needing some popcorn? I feel like it's a Keemstar moment. Anyway, let's take a look at his comments. We're gonna get through this. You're gonna get swatted. Let's hope not. Swats are horrible. F that hacker, CJ is awesome. So it looks like there's a lot of support in the comments right now, which could be because he just posted the video. Only 636 views at the time I refreshed this comment section, which is usually when your heaviest supporters come out before all the haters filter in. But it also could be because people are starting to believe he's being hacked. Let's take a look at what we can find for somebody to contact at Broadband TV. Broadband TV partner manager. Actually, a quick way to look is going right to LinkedIn. We're seeing partners with Broadband, but we want to see if we could actually find somebody who works at Broadband. So I'm not sure if Broadband calls their partner managers or strategists, or what name they might use. I would search more, but I don't want to sign in because my LinkedIn is private. What about Broadband PR? Let's just go to Broadband really quickly. PR and events manager. What is this? This is something they're hiring for. Let's go to press. And they have an email. So they have an email here. But do they actually have a phone number that can be contacted? Doesn't look like they do, at least not here. So here's what I would do if I were you, CJ. Contact everyone you know who's with Broadband and see if they have another contact that you can talk to if you can't already reach your current channel manager, okay? After you've gone through every contact you have, if you still can't reach somebody, write to their PR email, because you know that they monitor that constantly because that's how they get their exposure. Write to them, explain your situation, explain that this is being published all over YouTube, explain that it's being picked up by channels who cover the news, like me. So this story is really spreading and people are making videos about it, and it's looking really bad that you're not able to get a hold of anybody who can help your account. Let them know this is urgent and wait for them to get back to you. I can guarantee they will get back to you quickly. Let's take another look at your channel and see how it's doing. Titles still haven't changed. So it honestly looks like, I mean, the titles haven't changed for what, half an hour now? So it looks like the hackers are taking a break. I don't know if it's that Jinx changed his password again. Jinx, the other thing not Jinx, I'm sorry, CJ, lack of sleep. CJ, the other thing I would do if I were you is change your password not only to your YouTube and your Gmail, but check your Gmail recovery email address and change the password for that email address as well. And if that email address has a recovery email address, change the password for that too, and make sure the passwords for all of them are different. Angry Sun, I'm not sure if we have any contact info for RTL Group, but that's a good thought since they own Broadband TV. Okay, Polkator. I know you're just being nice, Becky. You're not this gullible. This is just an exit strategy because, like you said, YouTube probably sent Jinx and this idiot messages ahead of time to inform them as to the upcoming changes. Is there a side of me that's skeptical? Absolutely. You could see it in my reactor report that I posted. You would really see it in the video I was editing. You do not want to know how scathing that video is, and not scathing in a nasty or unwarranted way, but in a way that connects all the dots that makes CJ look pretty bad, which is why I wanted to reach out to him before posting it. Is there the possibility that this is an exit strategy? Absolutely. That was my first thought. But seeing how the titles were changing on his videos, while CJ could be changing those titles on his own, it doesn't seem likely. That seems more like something that a hacker that's looking for attention would do. So based on that, I've seen a lot of hacking in my day. Based on that, I'm more inclined to believe this is real and give him the benefit of the doubt until we have more information. But that's why we're having this live stream right now, so we can all put the pieces together with each other. The comments on the video, have they gotten worse? Why are people hating on them? These two guys fought for our country and people are hating on them. You people make me sick. So even if somebody fights for the country and fights to defend the country, it doesn't mean that you can't still disagree with some things that they do. Me personally, believe it or not, I am surprisingly unbiased when it comes to Jinx and CJ. I don't have any personal good or bad feelings towards either of them. I'm really just analyzing the situation as a whole and going with what looks right and what doesn't. That said, I never promise to always be unbiased. I of course have my opinions, but generally I'm a balanced person and I will always explain if I am speculating versus actually laying out proof. So YouTube is making changes in fair use. Yes, it looks that way. If you go to, let me pull up the link. YouTube fair use myths. This is the quick way to get there. And you click on the first page. Aside from getting this awful cartoon, you actually get fair use myths. And this is a new section that as far as I'm aware, I don't believe this existed a few months ago. I could be wrong. I'm going off of memory here. But you could see under myth 4, I'll read it to you because it's probably small on the screen. Myth number 4, if I add any original material I created to someone else's copyrighted work, my use is fair use. And here's where YouTube disproves that. YouTube says, even if you've added a little something of your own to someone else's content, you might not be able to take advantage of the fair use defense, particularly if your creation fails to add new expression, meaning, or message to the original. As with all the other cases discussed here, courts will consider all 4 factors of the fair use test, including the quantity of the original used. Now, this is generic language that applies for pretty much all fair use, but does it not remind you specifically of reaction channels who tend to use the entire video? I think YouTube is starting to make clear what its stance is in terms of how it's viewing reaction channels. And for what it's worth, this isn't the only factor that leads me to believe that. I have heard from multiple sources, as I mentioned in my reactor report video, but they wish to remain anonymous. And I've experienced it myself that networks are now giving reaction channels a harder time getting partnered. They don't want to accept them, especially if they only do reaction content. So why this sudden change in these networks who've previously supported this type of content? Chances are they've gotten wind that there's a change coming from YouTube. By the way, guys, I see we've got a lot of viewers here. From what I could see, 249 people watching. Thank you for being here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so, because I'm going to keep this live stream going for a bit. But even after it's done, as there continue to be updates, I will be posting them on my channel, because this is a pretty big deal with what reaction channels are going through right now. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. End infomercial. So what did CJ do to get hacked, or is this just random jerks? So I don't know what he might have done. I don't know who he might have upset personally. I do think that the reaction community as a whole has been under attack lately because of people like Jinx and CJ, who've really drawn a lot of attention to the community. I'm not criticizing their content personally, but a lot of the community has had a problem with it, and you could see that with critical channels like I Hate Everything and Grade A Under A attacking them, with Grade A Under A going so far as to say during his Twitch live stream that he wants to take down all reaction channels one by one. It's totally possible that they really upset somebody and that's what's causing this. That could be what it is with CJ, or it could just be someone looking for attention, or the whole thing could be a hoax. We don't know. Yes, he did say they are in New York, New York. He showed their IP address. Let's go back to his page. The titles haven't changed, and in this video, let me set the record straight. I'm just gonna mute that. He shows the IP address somewhere towards the halfway point. Here we go in the video. So this is the IP address of the person who hacked him. Let me make this a little bigger. Not sure if you could see it better that way, so I'll keep it small. But basically, he has the IP address right at the bottom. If it's being covered so you can't see it, it's 162.243.246.160 in New York. And YouTube or Google is showing a sign-in attempt prevented by Google. Now, I am noticing something very interesting here, though. Do you see where it says you marked this activity as not yours? So that's telling me that Google isn't automatically flagging this. They're flagging it because this activity has occurred, and CJ manually said that it's not him. Now, that could totally be on the up and up, right? He knows he's getting hacked, so he's doing this because he wants Google to recognize this is not him logging in. This is, somebody attempting to hack him. Or it could even be, and this is very skeptical and pure speculation, but it could be that, sorry, I just hit my mic, that maybe he knows the person who's attacking him, or even he could be using a VPN or IP proxy to levy these sign-in attempts against himself and then marking them as not being him in order to drum up controversy. Do I think that's in character with CJ? No. I'm not sure if he even knows how to VPN. Just saying, not every, that's not a personal slight. It's just not everybody knows how to do that stuff. So I don't think that's the case, but it's a possibility, and we're exploring all options. Grade A under A is racist. Isn't his top video on his channel the racism test? Oh, you're laughing at me hitting my mic. That's nice. It's always so awkward when I do that. I gesture with my hands a lot. YouTube is a war ground for reactors. It definitely is at the moment. There are good things and bad, right? And I want to take a moment to highlight the good things going on in the reaction community, because it's really easy to get caught up in the negatives like this, right? Because it's so sensational that it's what everybody wants to talk about. But I found it very interesting that just this week, a lot of positive attention has been given towards the reaction community, with bigger producers acknowledging the value of reactions. So we had Rooster Teeth personally embrace one of their fans who reacts exclusively to their videos, and actually sent him a whole package of goodies to thank him. And their entire office watched his, they recorded themselves watching his reaction to their content and sent it to him. I mean, it moved him to tears. That was a huge one. The Walking Dead realizing that honest reactions are something invaluable and highlighting them to show how YouTubers reacted to their crazy mid-season premiere that happened last week. This is all very positive attention, and if there's one thing that is going to save reaction channels on YouTube, in my opinion, is if these big companies start realizing that they're worth supporting and they start seeing the value, because big companies equals big cash equals suddenly YouTube is more inclined to be fair towards reaction channels. How did CJ upload? Oh, CJ's face. Yeah, I got his face at an interesting point. I have a knack for doing that. Because they hacked his channel, but apparently they're both using the same password. So he's been able to upload. Do I agree it's sketchy? Yes, but it looks like he's constantly changing his password, and people are still able to, whoever these hackers are, seem to be able to still get in. If I were CJ, what would I do? It's a tough question. I probably wouldn't be uploading, and I'd probably try to leave the channel alone and not tamper with it, so that as much evidence exists as possible for YouTube and Google to scrape from this once they decide to look into the issue. It's kind of like being at a crime scene. You don't want to leave your fingerprints all over, you don't go tidying up the room at that moment in time. So that's what I would do, but I can certainly understand why he is making these videos to address it. You know what the only problem is about reaction videos? The original creator should just get the money, then no one would mind. Uh, Mixed opinions on that, right? If you believe, and I'm not just saying for CJ, I'm saying for anybody, you could take a look at my videos, which are pretty clearly transformative, but I do use clips of other people's work to prove my point. A company whose clip I've used can file a monetary claim against me and say they own the rights to that video because I used their clip and they should be making all the money from it. Now, would that really be fair, considering that I put in generally at least 12 hours of research and analysis and recording into every video I do, and they're very clearly transformative? It wouldn't be fair for that company to be making money from my transformative work. And while it's highly debatable if certain reaction channels are being transformative with their reactions, it's a very contentious topic, as I'm sure many of you know. While it is highly debatable, you can't just assume that these companies should be making the money from it. Because if these videos are transformative, it's the people making the transformative videos that should be making the money. They've arguably turned it into a new product. Donald Trump? How did Donald Trump make it into the comments? CJ is your favorite YouTuber. This makes you so mad. I'm sure it makes a lot of people mad. I'm sure CJ is very mad at the moment. I can't blame him. I'm still a little guarded with how I feel about the situation. Wow, his video's already got 39,000 views. Oh wait, no. Sorry, that's the old video. All right, still 11,000 views very quickly. It looks like a lot of people are showing public support. Yeah, it looks like CJ's already done this, so that doesn't really help very much. This is so fake, I would be throwing shit. I do have to say that one of the things that made me feel that this wasn't real is the way that CJ has handled it. Um, if my whole channel got hacked, I'd be crying. I don't care what pride I have. I would be crying on camera. And begging for support and not making a video of me holding a gun saying, "You did this to me, mother effers! You did this to me!" I wouldn't be antagonizing the people hacking me, right? It doesn't make sense. And I think that, as I've mentioned before, it's very sketchy that he was able to make that video within 2 hours, supposedly regain access to his account within those 2 hours, and get that whole video produced between his old apartment and his new home. There's a lot of it that seems sketchy, so we're still holding out on that, but for right now, we're giving the benefit of the doubt. You're definitely skeptical that he's really being hacked. It sounds like YouTube is working to quit supporting non-transformative reaction videos, and he knows just that. I do agree. I totally agree that that's a likely theory for why Jinx is changing his videos, why CJ is changing his videos, why Jinx pulled down all of his old videos. And in particular, if you look at Blasphemous HD's channel, I don't know the exact timestamp, so this is something that would be in my video. Blasphemous HD's channel, his channel was supposed to be deleted several days ago at this point, but somehow it's still hanging on. So people don't know if that's a ploy either. But if what Blasphemous HD said is that if he manages to keep his channel, that he's going to start doing more than just reaction content on it. And there's a trend. Blasphemous HD is moving towards doing non-reaction content. Jinx is. CJ is. Why are all of these three major YouTubers near 1 million subscribers who all happen to be with Broadband TV, the same network, why are they all moving away from reactions conveniently at the same time? Whether it's because they're being hacked, or because of copyright and system abuse, or because their networks are advising them, it is giving very clear insight to the bigger picture, and it is something that any reactor should be very concerned about right now. Are reactions dying out? I do not think they're dying out at the moment. I think there's many people in the community who will fight tooth and nail to keep reactions going. And at the end of the day, it's going to depend on how much those people are willing to fight, number one. Number two, it's going to depend on the reaction community being able to show that not all reactors can be painted with the same stroke. And number three, it's going to depend on bigger companies seeing the value in reactions so they can put money behind it. And that's going to be the biggest factor. Have I been hacked before? No. I've not been hacked before. I have some experience with hacking, but I've not been hacked before myself. And my hacking is purely harmless, I promise you. If I had to name one YouTuber who I think dislikes CJ, who would it be? Could they be the hackers? Honestly, I can't speculate on that. I do not know CJ well enough to know who has problems with him. Keemstar definitely takes shots at people and will try to dox them and stuff, but I don't know if he's gone so far as to hack channels, and I don't know why Keemstar would go after CJ's channel. That doesn't make any sense. Grade A under A, as much as I've disagreed with him on certain points, I certainly don't think he would be hacking anybody. So that rules him out. And I personally can't think of anyone else. But if you guys have thoughts, you can share them in the comments. Gravedigger, can we get rid of these trolls? I have no idea how to do that on YouTube chat. It's just a totally open forum right now. Everybody gets to say their piece. But if you don't like what somebody's saying, you can mute them or block them so you don't have to read their comments. But for this channel, I try to always keep it an open forum so people can say whatever they want pretty much. As long as YouTube doesn't catch it and filter it out, I won't. Love my videos. Thank you. Do you think that YouTube would be... chat's moving fast. Do you think that YouTube would be something... Do it... Do you think that YouTube would do something similar like they did for Reply Girls for reactions? Yes, I think that's an extremely strong possibility. To my understanding, what happened with Reply Girls is that across the board, they had monetization disabled on their accounts. Because you have to think, even if YouTube got rid of video replies circa 2012, why would these channels who've amassed tens of thousands of followers or hundreds of thousands, why would they just stop? Even if they couldn't monetize their videos, they could still make money in other ways, because every time you have an audience, that audience can be translated into money for the most part. It has monetary value. When it comes right down to it. So why did they stop? From what I've heard, again, sources I can't cite. It's an annoying problem, but I have to respect, people's privacy. From what I've heard, Reply Girls got their monetization disabled completely. Do I think that's on the way to happening to reaction channels? Personally, yes, I do. That's why in one of my videos, the video where I actually covered why is Jinx quitting reactions, that video is on my channel. I'll pull it up so you guys can see it. It's this video, Jinx quits. If you watch this video, oh, that look though. No? Damn, I blink a lot. There we go. If you look at this video, in this video, I forget what the exact timestamp is. I actually display my YouTube earnings, and I show that for reaction channels, YouTube earnings are far lower than they are for other channels. In my case, I compared my reaction channel earnings to my gaming channel earnings, and my reaction channel earnings view per view, so the amount I'm getting paid per view, is over 100 times less. So I believe this is an incentive, or is a disincentive, to discourage reactors from continuing and trying to profit, in combination with all the content ID claims that they receive, where the monetization goes to the claimant and not to the reactor. So I believe that, first of all, they're just choosing not to serve ads on reaction videos as often, but serving them just enough that reactors can't really complain. We don't have substantial proof. And I do think that eventually reactors might just have their monetization disabled for invalid clicks or any arbitrary reason that YouTube decides to give. And I think that'll be what happens with reaction channels if things don't turn around. He's lost nearly 3,000 plus subs. Are you talking about CJ? I've still got his channel up. Let's take a look. He's lost about 1,000 subscribers. And of course, you could see all his video views. Almost 200 million video views gone. Do I think CJ could be faking? Because a hacker would delete the account, yet his account is still there. So is CJ the hacker and just faking? Part of me is skeptical and believes it's a hoax, but seeing what I saw earlier on his channel with his video titles changing, which they've stopped doing at this point, seeing that made me give more credibility to the situation. But the time frame in which he posted his videos, the things he's doing, like this music on this video,
I've never been compromised like this
this,
before.
that does not seem legit. There's a lot of things that seem illegitimate, but at the moment, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I do find it hard to believe that, given his current situation, he's not doing more to reach out to somebody to rectify the situation, because even if he can't reach his channel manager for any reason, reach somebody at Broadband, a guy his size, he could talk to anybody at Broadband TV. Smaller creators would be dying to talk to him, for example, and share their contacts so that he could get in touch with somebody. I certainly would if I was partnered with Broadband. Speaking of, I just have to take a minute because CJ did write me. He DMs me on Twitter, and I want to take a moment to respond to him. I'm doing it off screen. Sorry about that. Keeping the conversation private. This will just take me a second, guys. Okay. In the case that this is real, I'm trying my best to help CJ out right now in terms of kind of giving him guidance on what he could do in this situation. Because with two-step authentication turned on like he has right now, there should be no way that people are able. Sorry, CJ, I got you at a bad moment there. There should be no way that people are able to be getting into his account without physically having his device. The only way is when you enable two-step authentication or verification. I forget which way YouTube refers to it. You can actually print out a list of codes that if you don't have access to your device, you can still use a list of, let's say, 10 codes, 10 backup codes to be able to get in. And if these hackers still have access to his account, they could have printed off a list of codes for themselves. But that's why he needs to change his password for anything, even remotely attached to his YouTube, and make all the passwords different. This keeps getting out of hand. We need to stop this. Do you think that reaction channels are getting attacked or going to be attacked by hackers or anyone? Please, I'm begging you to shout me out. Okay, Arnold the Sage, there is your shout out. I believe that reaction channels are under attack in one sense of the word, right? The community is rebelling against them at the moment, the same way the community has previously rebelled against reply girls. But does that mean they're getting attacked by hackers? Not all of them are. We don't even know for sure that CJ is. We're just giving him the benefit of the doubt. I think the stronger form of attack, this hacking, if this is really hacked, if he's truly hacked, mark my words, he will get all of his videos restored because YouTube has backups. All they have to do is revert to a previous version of his channel. No problem, especially for a channel his size. But I think the bigger threat is coming from other members in the community, like Grade A Under A, other members in the YouTube community as a whole, attacking reaction channels and public sentiment as a whole. If his editing rig is hacked, his hacker will have constant access. True. Reactions shouldn't be the whole video, but edited to make points and add the source material. So no, reactions won't die out. Bad reactions are dying out. I think this is a fair point, but I think that it also has to be taken into account that what people consider fair and what people consider good or bad varies. Because, for example, there are 883,000 people who consider CJ's work good. So who's to say where the line is? That's where I always come up with the decision that fair use is defense in order to use copyrighted content without permission. And until it is actually defended in a court of law, people can pass their individual opinion, but no one can really say what is fair and what isn't. Or I should say what is fair use and what isn't. Fair use is a legal argument. What's fair is an ethical argument. You have proof that it was a Fine Bros? That could be a meme. You aren't thinking of quitting reacting, are you? And do you think these reactors quitting reacting will have a large impact on the reaction community as a whole? Well, I've already moved on from doing the type of reaction videos I used to do. If you look at my channel, let's pull it up really quick. If you look at my channel and my videos, if you go way back to the beginning, aside from boobage, what can I say? I had more traditional reaction videos where I would generally let the whole video play. I would edit out whatever I could, but sometimes if I was only reacting to a 16-second video or a 9-second video, you can't really edit anything out. And I tried to transform it, and you could see that from the start, I kind of grew from being less transformative to more transformative as I was personally testing out YouTube's algorithms because I wanted to understand what reaction channels went through. But the current style of videos I do now, ever since the Fine Bros broke out, that story broke, and I've been covering it, the type of videos I'm doing now are videos I will continue to do. Those are not going anywhere, and I still consider them reacting in a sense. It's just a much, much more transformative reaction. It's also a lot more work. Maybe grade A fans have something to do with it, or reaction channel haters in general. Excuse me. It could be. I think that more likely it's either a hoax or he's getting hacked by one person who wants attention. But one thing that, let me switch back over to CJ. A quick look. Yeah, his titles aren't changing at this point. One thing that has been a pretty common thread throughout YouTube hackings, especially with those Mind guys, I can't think of their full name at the moment, the ones who attacked Markiplier and have been attacking YouTubers in the gaming community, is they tend to claim their work. They're almost like anonymous in the sense that they want to be known for their hacking, right? They view it as a big achievement. It's very rare, on YouTube at least, that you have a hacker that doesn't admit who they are. They usually want to gain from it. And any hacker who's pretty decent at hacking could cover their tracks well enough that they could probably avoid getting in trouble. Like, even though CJ has shown that the IP address is in New York, that person could be in Russia and just using a proxy or a VPN to mask his IP. Yes, CJ is hacked. Welcome to the party. You must have just joined. It could be from a big YouTuber. I don't think most big YouTubers would risk their YouTube channels in order to hack somebody. To dox somebody, maybe. That's like something that Keemstar would do and has done. But actually hacking somebody, that's a different skill set. It takes skill to hack on a Google account, unless you're doing social engineering. Hackers, the bad ones, are the bane, the menace, and the scum of the internet, and they shouldn't be allowed to use the internet. I hate hackers. Yeah, I could agree with you there. The next video I should make is about grade A. What in particular? Because I've already made 2 videos addressing him. Hey, I'm doing good, Mario. How are you? What would I do if I got hacked? First of all, I have my accounts pretty secure. I've got really secure passwords. I don't use the same password across accounts. I have 2-step verification turned on. Chances of me being hacked, unless somebody tries to socially engineer me to get me to physically tell them the password, are very slim. But if I did get hacked, I would just go, I wouldn't be posting about it on YouTube. I would go straight to my MCN if I was partnered with one and work it out with them. Simple as that. And with Google, this is actually a second option that maybe CJ could do. He could contact Google directly, and aside from the contact option you have to contact Google, that you have, it's like an email option for channels his size. He's so big, and the email responses take so long. I don't think that's the best way for him to go. All he has to do is say, try calling Google AdSense. AdSense is a AdSense or AdWords? AdWords. AdWords is what Google uses to sell ads. And because they sell ads and accept money from people for that, that is one of the few parts of Google that actually has telephone customer support. So you call them and raise hell until you find somebody who starts helping you. Even though they're the wrong department, you just keep calling and getting a human until you finally find one who wants to help you. Best best YouTuber ever? If that's for me, thank you. Next vid should talk about YouTube protecting big but letting small YouTubers be attacked and how it affects their chances. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit. Well, as we could see, even big YouTubers can be subject to being attacked. I did just make in my last video, I had a lot of commentary on how smaller channels can really be abused by abusing YouTube systems. I just dropped my water bottle cap. So that video already discusses it if you haven't already seen it. It gives a lot of insight into that. Shout out that I'll have your babies. I don't even have to mean it. I'll have your babies? He isn't that big in the eyes of Google because he doesn't make them shit. I would highly disagree with that. Even if a good chunk of his videos are monetized, he's still making them money, and YouTube starts caring about you as soon as you have over 15,000 hours of watch time. Let me show you. I'll actually show you my source for that. So if you go to YouTube support, and then go to, I think it's in the help center. Yes. And then there's a section to contact us. Sorry for clearing my throat, guys. See if I can find it. Your account on YouTube. This is always hard to find. There's an option here about contacting them. Try searching really quick. Here we go. Email support. Partner channels that have gotten more than 15,000 watch time hours in the last 90 days can get help by emailing us. So if you have over 15,000 hours of watch time, that's when YouTube finally starts caring about you. And of course, when you approach the size of somebody like CJ, they care a little more. And I know a lot of big YouTubers will say that they don't care, but that's not fully true because I'm a smaller YouTuber and I've managed to find ways to make them care about me when I have to. Even if it means I've had to pay to go to a Creator Day event to be able to get contacts for myself, I've done that in order to have people to talk to. Oh, you've got a media phone. Hang on, let me grab that really quick. Thanks for that information. I actually just passed along that phone number to CJ. Thank you, Anne. That was really good. Do you think the US government pressing Apple for a backdoor key could be opening Pandora's box and lead to a national relations nightmare, like maybe all out cyber warfare? I don't think it would go that far. I think that they are using this as an opportunity. For those who don't know, I'll keep this short because it's not CJ related. About a phone that belonged to a terrorist, essentially, that the government wants Apple to assist them in unlocking by creating a back door to get the information from it. I don't think that alone is going to lead to cyber warfare, but I think that the government is certainly using it as an attempt to move the pawn on the chessboard a few spaces forward in terms of getting big corporations to help in giving up privacy in the name of security. So that's my thoughts on that. My videos are awesome. Thank you. Watch time doesn't equal dollars. You said it yourself. Quality topics sell. Most people who watch these idiots are poor and dumb and don't have YouTube Red, so no ad dollars. It depends. It's first of all, even if they're getting less ad dollars, the sheer amount of views they get, the sheer amount is still making money. So, for example, Jinx said that on, what was it, on 30 million views for the month of December, he made $1,500. That is an abnormally low amount to make for that number of views. However, it's still $1,500. That's still more than a lot of YouTubers are making for YouTube. You have to consider that he's like in the 0.000000001 top percent of all YouTubers out there. YouTube definitely cares. Hey, thank you, Alex. I'm doing my best. Some comments on SoFlo Antonio. You really hope CJ manages? Well, we will see what happens as things unfold. Let me just pull up his page, see if anything is going on. See, this is different too, by the way. This channel has no content. Originally, this was still showing a live feed, like a live stream of him liking and uploading videos. That got turned off and he hasn't turned it back on. Nothing new here. Taking a look at the public sentiment. This analyst that's trying to help, I'm just curious if CJ has responded. Doesn't look like it. Why you always lying? Yeah. So it's a mix of public opinion at the moment. I think he should sit back and let God deal with it. See how that one turns out. Although sitting back wouldn't be a bad idea for him at the moment. So it sucks that people are being hacked nowadays. It's become part of the norm in this shitty world. Whenever there's a system, people will hack it. It's just human nature. Hey, I noticed you, Kai? I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but I noticed you. Hi. Hi, John Tyler. Did I do a video on the Kesha situation? I've looked into it. I might not. I feel like it's a very sensitive topic and a lot of people have covered it already, but I'll think about it. Humans in general suck. Well, I think that that drive to hack everything is also what makes humans so amazing. If we never tried to hack nature, none of us would have houses at the moment, right? Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at all of your questions because I think at this point it's starting to wind down. I'm not seeing any more information happening with his channel. I'm not seeing any more changes. So I think, and there haven't been changes, at least in his video titles, for well over an hour now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay attention to chat at the moment, answer your questions, and we might wrap this up soon. So, do you guys have any questions still or any thoughts that you want to share about what's going on with CJ? What would my videos be about if React videos ended? I don't think my videos would be affected. See what this one person caused is just messed up that people can do this to other people. It is, but it happens. This honestly shouldn't be that big of a situation if he can just get in contact with someone at BBTV. They would resolve this extremely quickly. With Markiplier, granted, Markiplier is a bigger channel, but it was resolved within, I think, 2 hours. Thank you, Dark Justice. Nice to see you. What do I think CJ will end up doing? I think he's probably not going to handle this wisely because I think he already isn't. I think he's going to let this play out. He's probably going to keep pumping out more videos about it because this is probably going to help his channel grow. Because of the controversy, it always helps. And hopefully he'll get it resolved, but it will be very interesting to see if those deleted videos come back because I know he can get those restored. I still don't understand who did this and how he could upload the video if attacked. We don't know who did it. He revealed the IP of who is supposedly doing it based on Google getting an invalid login attempt. But we don't know who's doing it. He could still upload because it looks like the hacker's not changing his password. So they both have access to the same password. However, there's something that seems very off about the fact that CJ is basically changing his password, has two-step authentication enabled, and people are still able to access his account. That should not be happening. I'm happy to share my input, guys. I spend so much time studying stuff on YouTube. It is my pleasure to share it with everyone else so they don't have to spend their time studying it. Do I think Jinx will get hacked? No, because there's still part of me that believes this is a publicity stunt. I think it's going to stay limited to CJ unless they're really in on this together. You said that Markiplier's videos got restored after they got deleted, so how can a smaller YouTuber get their old deleted videos restored? Well, first of all, it would have to be some really extenuating circumstances, like if your entire account was deleted or if you were hacked. And even then, you're probably gonna have to be a bigger YouTuber to be able to avail yourself of that sort of help. Because with smaller YouTubers, especially if you're not with a network, it's very hard to get a hold of a real person at YouTube that can help you, especially if you're a smaller YouTuber that has less than 15,000 hours of watch time. If you have more than 15,000 hours of watch time, you can just go into YouTube support and use the contact us option and contact YouTube and they can help you. This shirt is awesome. Thank you. uh, Chat. Okay, here we go. Why would CJ delete the thing that is making him money? Publicity. Why do celebrities leak sex tapes of themselves? Publicity. Because he wanted a clean start with his reaction videos. Maybe his network told him it was best to take those videos down so that he doesn't get hit with the ban hammer from YouTube's copyright system if there is something nasty coming down the line, which there very well may be. And that would explain why both CJ and Jinx have managed to remove their videos in the same time frame. Nice headphones, thank you. These are from my gaming setup. Thank you, Eddie. That's very kind of you to say. you guys being here and watching has helped to support me, so I very much appreciate that. Okay, guys, I'm going to take one more look at his channel, and then if there are no more questions, I think I'm going to end the stream, and I'm going to reach back out to CJ to see if he's not doing anything else, if he wants to come on the show for an interview. Before, he actually might have, and I told him, don't worry, focus on figuring out this situation first. But now that I see that everything has died down and has died down for well over an hour, I think I'm going to reach back out to him and see if we can get a little more insight directly from him. And see if he could answer some of the questions we all have. Do I think the hacker is a hater? It could be a hater, or it could be somebody who just wants publicity, or it might not even be a hacker at all. It's hard to tell at the moment. Do I think anyone would be talking about React videos this way if the Fine Bros hadn't tried to do that React World idea? That's a great question, and yes, I do. This contention around reaction videos has been going on since at least October of last year. Because I know that's when it caught my attention and I started paying attention to it, and it was probably happening since even before then, and I'm sure all the reactors know that. I just wasn't aware of it because at that point I wasn't part of the reaction community. I think that the Fine Bros have certainly shown a spotlight on the reaction community and gotten people who weren't interested in it before interested in it now, especially when it comes to fair use and abusive copyright systems with YouTube. So I think it certainly escalated it, and it's one of the many factors that is bringing this to a head. And bringing the contention to a head. Everything is reaching a boiling point, and we're starting to see now the beginning of everything erupting. I hope that answers your question. But I think it's a coincidence that Jinx recently quit reactions and now CJ mysteriously got hacked and quit them too, but used an excuse that he could get fixed but won't. I think it is a very strong coincidence. I think that it's more than coincidental. I think that when enough evidence in a community points towards something, chances are there's some merit to it. So I think this is how I'll sum up what's been going on today. When I first saw Jinx quit reactions, I was like, oh, it's finally happening. Stuff within the reaction community is starting to come to a head now, right? Then when Jinx started privating his videos, I've been watching this. Let's pull that up really quick. When Jinx started privating his videos in a way that's really affecting his channel, knocking his ranking down to a D-, taking away 132 million views, I knew somebody is either he has really good intuition or somebody is probably advising him to do this because poop is about to hit the fan with YouTube. But I left it at that because it could just be that he wanted a fresh start. But with what just happened with CJ, the alarm bells went off completely. How funny that this happened within just 2 weeks. I think that Jinx made this announcement on February, I guess it was February 4th. I thought it was a little bit more recent, but no, it was February 3rd, I believe, because that's when his views started going down, when he started privating his videos. Between Jinx privating his videos and quitting reactions, between CJ theoretically getting hacked and all his videos conveniently being deleted, and him using that as an opportunity to say that he's quitting reactions, when he just saved himself from the scrutiny that Jinx is going under by having to private his videos one by one, CJ found a very neat solution to that. And adding to that, the fact that Blasphemous HD is also branching out away from reaction content. And add to that, the fact that networks are no longer looking to partner with channels that just do reactions. All of it's coming together to tell you that, yeah, first of all, this was probably planned. There's a very, very good chance that this hacking isn't real, but it could be, so I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt, but there's a very strong chance it might not be. And it tells you that there's a lot going on in the reaction community, and reactors should be concerned right now. They should be paying attention to this. That was a long way to say what I was thinking. I hope that that was helpful. At this point, I think I'm going to end the stream. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe because I'm going to be following this all day. I will live stream again if something important happens. I will produce videos about it if anything notable comes up. And I'm going to try to get CJ on for an interview right now. Okay, so that's why I'm going to end the stream to see if we can get him to come on. If you want him to interview with me, feel free to send him a message on Facebook or Twitter or wherever to let him know that this is something that you want to see, because this gives him a way to address the community that isn't affected by hackers. And thank you guys for being here. This video will be available on demand, I believe, as soon as I stop the stream. And again, just don't forget to subscribe, and you can follow me on Twitter at Instagamer. The link should be, I'll put it in the description of this video, or I'll actually put it in chat right now too, twitter.com/Instagamer. Be sure to be following me there, because in between posting videos, I'll be posting live updates on there as I have been throughout the morning, okay? Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. It's awesome to see you staying informed, and I'll see you in the next live stream or the next video or in Twitter. Bye. And this is the section where you have to wait while I actually stop the stream. Bye, guys.